What up, Pryme.mega, new trees up, is on the fullest trees up. Listen, so I just want to take time to remind everybody that it is important to do what relaxes you, what calms you. And you might not even be in that mood. You may be like, yo, I'm up, I got energy, I got energy. But a lot of times it's good to find something to be therapeutic for you, even if it to be preventative. You know, sometimes it's cool to like slow down a little bit, you know what I mean, because you know, you all gas no brakes, and you know, you don't want to just hit the wall, you know, and you see it coming, you know what I'm saying, or you may not see it coming. It's, you know, it's good to just take a time out for your soul, to rejuvenate yourself. And you know, so I like to, I don't know if you can hear these locusts. Sometimes maybe y'all can hear the sounds of nature. Very therapeutic, you know. Sound itself is very powerful, and actually the absence of sound is even more powerful. And what I mean by that is, if you strip away certain parts, like if you had a way of, like if outside in nature and life was like a track, and you have everything 48 tracks, you could mute each one. Like I want to turn the people noises down, car noises down. You know, you want to just have the wind blowing, and maybe just the locusts and the birds. Sometimes honestly, the birds, I want them to be quiet too, but just nature in itself stripped down is very therapeutic. At least let me speak for me. And like I said, to me, the earlier that I can get out here, get up earlier is the better, because it's less noise pollution. You know, noise is, like I said, we get so accustomed to certain things. When you get into a space and an environment where there's less of noise pollution and it's just more sound that's therapeutic, you will notice the difference. Sometimes it takes a minute. You know, we're all different. We have different filters. We have different thresholds for things to actually take effect. So, you know, I'm just sitting here, and it just like, I can just already feel myself rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Like, been hustling, been grinding, as well as I know as many of you have as well. And I just feel as though it's my responsibility, y'all my family, y'all my people, to just remind y'all, like, don't just keep going gas to you hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? Take a moment for yourself, even if it is literally a moment, to just chill out, to just, you know, recharge, do those things or find out some things that you can add more to your repertoire of things that will soothe you. Because I'm just speaking from experience. Like, I've hit the wall. Like, I've literally, you know, and I've, you know, and felt good in the process. Didn't even pay no attention to the wall, and just figured felt so good I could go right through it. You know what I'm saying? And nah, you know, and you know, honestly, God has sit you down too. You know, He's there too. But yeah, I just like to take a moment. You know, just preventative maintenance is what I like to call it. You know, and the older I get, the more I find it serves its purpose even more. Not necessarily because as we get older, things change. You can still retain a lot of your youth. It's just how you maintenance yourself. Honestly, that's honestly what it really is. It's just about, you know, like I said, just slowing down when necessary, and taking a moment to just take a few deep breaths, meditation, you know, anything that's rejuvenates the soul, things like that. So it's just just give it a try. You know, give it a moment for it to take effect. So you know, there's you know, our life, we're so used to and accustomed to moving fast and getting right to it, and you know, goals, just focus, gotta get there. You know, just like a car, just like a vehicle, You know, at some point, it's going to need a tune-up. It's going to need maintenance, you know. And sometimes you don't want to wait till the dashboard lights up and then you see that check engine sign. You don't want to do that. You know, you want to get your maintenance well ahead, you know. You don't want to just keep going till there's smoke, you know what I mean? Because where there's smoke, there's fire. When there's fire, there's destruction possibly. You don't want that, you know what I'm saying? So again, let this be your reminder. Whatever it is you're doing, there's time for it, and there's also time for yourself. And if you don't make time for yourself, you won't get, you know, you'll slow yourself down. You'll actually slow your progress down. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't like slowing down. I don't like taking breaks. I'm being honest. I'm giving it 1,000, because you know what happens with me when I take breaks? Like, it's like I have to get back on the bike and figure out how to ride the bike all over again, which you will do eventually, but it takes time. So it's like, for me, it's more work to stop the bike to then just keep going till the wheels fall off. You know, it takes more work for me. So I'm like, damn, I gotta stop this bike, because if I don't, it's gonna be worse. You know what I mean? But I've had to fight that, because, like I said, I'm coming from a mental place where I don't want to stop, because it took me so long to get moving at this pace and at this momentum. Are you kidding me? I gotta stop now? So it's like, now it's like the version of me now is like, yes, you must stop for a moment. Like, for example, I've been working OT at my job like past couple weeks, and I had to like lay off the gym for a minute. I had to learn to lay off the gym, because I actually incurred a lot more injuries while I was working at my job and working out, because my job is like a workout, but mentally I don't see it like that, because in my mind it's like, gym, gotta get there, gotta get that work. And I, you know, eventually, after so many injuries and honestly, I've gotten sick, you know, from working too much, working my body too much, you know, what do you call it? When you tap into your central nervous system, you know, you work out so hard physically, you start tapping into your central nervous system, it's hard to recover, you know what I'm saying? So you start, your immune system wears down, you know, you start getting sick, getting colds, you know, just random craziness, you know what I'm saying? So it took me a moment to figure all that out, to actually be like, all right, it took me enough time to bump my head, be like, all right, you got it. So literally in this moment, I'm telling y'all, I've been taking a break, and in my mind, I'm deciding if do I go to the gym today, because Sundays for me is leg day, or should I just push it out into the middle part of the week, you know, which at this point, work is not slowing down, but it's at a pace where it's negligible, in which I can actually go back to the gym. But I might just take another few days. I don't know. So, but I'm just giving y'all, just being honest, in this moment of the reminder of you know, doing what is therapeutic to you. This is what I'm trying to give you, a real world example, real world scenario. But yeah, I just want to remind y'all, I love y'all, because I appreciate y'all. Y'all motivate me to keep going, but there are things that we must do in order to make sure that the engine not only keeps running, but it runs clean. You know, you want to give it the most premium treatment as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy Pryme.mega. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. Let's get it, y'all. Trees up.